So I want to take a minute, since we've all been practicing and experimenting and trying. I'm very interested in anything you'd like to share about your sit or what came up in it. I'm also interested in questions you have about anything I said or what insight meditation is. And there was a third thing that I now forgot and will say when I remember. Yeah, Alex.
So I've been meditating for a while, and this is the first time doing insight meditation. And to be honest, it was rather challenging for me because I was like overthinking it. Like I was like, oh, label, you know. So I was trying to use all the techniques, like hearing it for the first time and like trying to use it all at once. So during this time, I normally do transcendental meditation. So out of fear of my thoughts, I went back into TM just to kind of, and then I did TM for a little bit, and then I felt comfortable going back into insight meditation. So I find that insight meditation is a very useful tool. I personally might be scared of my thoughts. So it's like, so TM kind of like pushes, I don't want to say pushes away, but like, I think that there's this confrontation that happens with insight meditation that's very powerful. So for the first time doing it, it's going to need some practice.
Yeah, for sure. That thing you did where you were like, ooh, this is too much. I'm going to go to TM for a minute.
Yeah.
If you were going to label that, what would you label it?
Discomfort.
Well, discomfort's what came up. How did you respond?
I don't know how to answer that. What do you mean?
Yeah, sorry, I'm Socratically trying to get you to say a thing I just want to say.
Yeah.
Which is that I noticed that what you did was care for yourself, right? You were like, this, I can feel that this is too much. I know what's going to help me. And what you did was care. And I think care is a great thing to practice. So really, it's within the bounds of what we're doing. How does that land?
I like it. I'll take it.
Great. I should have just thrown it at you in the first place. Just quick show of hands. How many people are scared of their thoughts, at least sometimes? Yeah, you're not alone.
What is TM? Or
Transcendental meditation is basically you just focus on a mantra. So basically, instead of like focusing on the breath, you focus on just the mantra. So yeah, it's that's just like something that works for me. But there's all different types. Like each type has like a different function. You know what I mean? I'm just more experienced with it, so it's just like my comfort zone.
yeah, nice to know.
Thanks for asking. Very often when I don't know what a word is, I hope somebody else will ask. Were you going to say something like?
Yeah. I think that resonated with me because I found this to be a very busy practice, and I'm holding a lot of grief, and I came kind of anticipating a quiet space where maybe I'd like cry, you know, and then found myself just kind of. It didn't feel quite normal for me, but I did like I was like, oh, this is a busy practice, I thought, and then kind of so it was very different from what I had expected.
Yeah. Is there a feeling that goes with that?
There's like always like flirty feelings. I think it's like relief, disappointment, curiosity, settle.
Nice. That's a good array.
Yeah, just like, all the feels.
Anybody else want to share or ask? Yeah, Ryan.
It's more of a question. I've been trying to practice this last couple of weeks, and I've noticed like I get distracted very easily, but I've noticed. So I'm trying to work on my writing again, and like specifically some poetry. I noticed that some of the thoughts that jump into my head, like the distractions, like the emotions, are like those things that are like the themes that I kind of want to deal with in my writing.
Oh.
So I guess my question is like, I don't want this to only be like a way to get to writing, and I don't know like if there's a good way to separate that, because I don't, I want to be like kind of doing it for its own sake as well, but yeah, I don't really have like a great formulated question here, but it's just something I kind of realized recently that like I don't want to be here like brainstorming. I want to be meditating, but I found it useful for that. So just kind of like mentally moving the distractions and those thoughts that pop in.
Yeah.
So I guess that maybe that's more of a comment than a question.
Well, actually, I'm noticing myself getting like crazy excited to respond to this and actually telling myself that I need to slow down. So I'm slowing down. And then let me make sure that I've got what you're saying. So you're practicing them, you're doing a mental noting practice, and you're noticing that the things that you know are things that you would like to write about.
Yeah, I mean, some of them. Yeah.
And then, so let's say you're breathing, something comes up, you note it, and then another part of you is like, ooh, that would be a cool thing to explore in poetry.
Yeah, I think so, because it's some of these things are like just below the surface, and so they're coming up, having just like kind of quieted my mind. So yeah, I went to a park and was trying some of this, and then once I got past the distractions around me, some of that stuff started bubbling up. Then I realized like, oh, actually, I kind of rather be writing than meditating. And I'm thankful for that, but I also want to like leave the space for the meditating too.
So then there's judgment. This isn't writing time, this is meditating time.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be meditating.
Yeah.
So we notice also the judgment is a sense of supposed to, one of the things you're noting often.
Yeah, and that's supposed to, it's like something that's come up in therapy as well.
Yeah, so it's alive for you,
Yeah.
supposed to. Yeah. Have you been able to squash it?
Not yet, but I'm trying.
Well, before you do, what it sounds like it wants is some expression, right? Like, I don't think you're going to get rid of this stuff anytime soon. So that when you're sitting, you don't have to grasp it because you know it's going to be back. And then when it's time to write, it'll be back. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with making space for things that want attention to come forward while you're meditating, and then also while you're writing.
Yeah, I think that like notion of thoughts or feelings will be back.
They'll be
Makes a lot of
back.
sense. Yeah. I guess I always have an instinct to want to write something down the second I think it, but that makes sense to me.
Well, it sounds like what you're experiencing is that they're back and back and back and back.
Yeah.
So you can trust them to be back.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is that close to what you were asking?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
I relate to that. And I feel like something you could try is like purposefully like having something in front of like as maybe meditating without any intention to write it, planning to not write sometimes, and then also having something like in front of you other times so that you can just be like able to like, because I feel like sometimes I find it helpful to be able to just like write something down and then it's like not in your head anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that could just be like a separate like practice that you do as well.
And I think I'll kind of experiment a bit and see what works.
Yeah, I love that response, right? There's nothing like an experiment. Let's see. Yeah. Just want to leave a little more space in case anyone had a question or a experience.
If we were to try this on our own, in your view, is there a good time of the day or a good point in one's daily routine that's better or worse for sitting down to try to do some meditating on its own?
Have you noticed something?
no offense, but I would say sometimes right after lunch, it maybe not the greatest idea, because I tend to be sleepy after the lunch.
Yeah, and actually what you just said is in the sutras, right? They ask Buddha, is there a good time? And he's like, well, you'd probably be sleepy after lunch. So you've got the ancient wisdom, right? Yeah, if you feel like I'm going to be sleepy, it's not a good time. It's a good time to sleep. Yeah, but I would trust that internal sense of what is in that sense. Well, I continue to be like amazed and delighted by spending this time with you. Like, it is so nice to gather with all of you here and do this. And every time I'm here and then other people come, I'm like, oh, yay! So I'm feeling some of that now and feeling really grateful for your time and your presence, which are two of the most valuable things we can offer anyone ever. Really appreciating all of your showing up and giving me Saturday time and giving it to each other and being here together. So really deep and sincere thanks to all of you.